Hello. I'm so clumsy today. How is everybody? Hey, Juanita. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I want to give everybody a minute to get in so that we can have a chat with the sisters today. I hope everybody had a good week. I had a little bit of a rough week, but we here. So I wanted us to come on in and we're going to talk about some stuff concerning us. Brothers, if y'all here, you welcome. Sisters, we going to chat. We going to chat. We going to chat because there's some real things going on that we need to talk about. One of those things, namely being how people see us. Y'all, we have a reputation, and I don't think that reputation is deserved most of the time. Every now and then, we may do some things to encourage people to think certain things about us. But I think as Black women, we get a reputation that people want us to have as opposed to what's fair. Hey, Zeline. Hey, PBH. Egypt. Hey, Royal Family. Good to see you. Hey, Miss Sharon. Want to take time and holler at everybody who's here. How you doing? JoJo, Steph. Is that A Joy? Healing with Dominique. How you doing? Miss Claudette. Good to see you. So yes, ladies, let's talk about it. Cause we get some stuff happening. Hey, Delicia. Yes, listen, I'm gonna have a blessed weekend. I'm gonna have a good one. If it kills me, we're gonna do this thing. And I'm just so glad that you all are here. I'm sorry that I was running a little late. APA Club, how you doing? How you doing, family? Y'all come in, sit down, take your shoes off, get comfortable in your sister's house. I'm so happy to have all of you here. So I know y'all saw the title, Are There Sharks in the Water, right? And the reason I use that as a title is because sometimes that's the reputation we get as sisters. That's how they treat us. Like we scary. Like we really gonna get you. Like we some sharks. We can't be trusted. We gonna do something to each other. We gonna do something to somebody else all the time. If you listen to folks and you let them tell it, we are some of the scariest creatures on the planet. If I believe them people, I would be scared of Black women too. I would be terrified. Y'all heard some of the things these people say about us. It's not fair. It's not fair. In my opinion, it's not warranted. But then we have to ask the question, do sometimes some of our sisters may fit the description of some of the things that's happening, or I won't say they fit the description, maybe their behavior at that moment fit the description of the rap that we get at times. However, a lot of times we really don't fit the description. In my opinion, I think that what happens is a lot of times folks don't understand us, and so then we run into a problem because they don't understand us. So I want to talk about hey, brown skin beauty 52, how you doing, sister? I want to talk about navigating those waters, right? And what I mean when I say that is navigating. Oh, true Jamaican living in Canada, I know that's right. I want to talk about navigating those waters of having interpersonal relationships between Black women. And I think that's very important because I think, y'all, having relationships and learning how to relate to each other is a skill. And I think that that's a skill that we don't often take seriously, and I think that we don't consider it a skill, but it is. Hey, fatty back suit bro, how you doing? So that's real, right? Now this week, I'm gonna tell you, I had a rough week, so I got one of my big crowns on. I had to grab one of the biggest ones I got in my favorite color, which is green, because crown therapy is all about put on something that makes you feel good, relax, try to be, as your version of beautiful, whatever that may be. Don't measure yourself against anybody else. You don't need it. We're beautiful on our own flaws and all. Sell your light, sell your heavy, all of it. We're beautiful people. So put on whatever makes you feel good and let's dig in. So, we have a dust sector in social media, not just YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that. And we have these people that we call Dusty or the Manosphere. We have, Kitten Hill, Samuels. We got all kind of people that have so many things to say about Black women and our attitudes, and we're this and we're that. And I think that what's happening is that the people who are giving us these titles, these blanket generalizations, these stereotypes, they really just don't understand Black women. But I don't want to get into the dust sector too much, but I want to talk about how we relate to each other as women, because I think sometimes the way other people portray us, or the reputation that other groups give us, even sometimes our own men, every now and then, y'all, or more times than we want to, agree to or admit to, we allow that to color how we see each other. We allow that to color how we deal with each other and everything else. So I think what happens is, between black women, then sometimes there's a wall that's up, if that makes sense. We have this wall up to where when we even come in contact with other sisters that we don't know, or if you have a friend group or a social group and a new sister comes in, there's always is already a defense in place. Like, I don't know about her, that type of thing. Delicia, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Seanitra, you're a beautiful person inside and out. Have a great 4th of July. Thank you so much, sis. You're beautiful too. And KK just came in and so did absolutely amazing. Thank you, sis. Love you. Miss Loretta, LSW. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. So, like I was saying, that wall goes up immediately. The minute you see one of your sisters, is, oh, I don't know about her. And a lot of those ideas have been implanted in us by other people. Sometimes we have that mindset because of experiences too. So I don't want to discount that, because I want to talk about that as well. And we got to tell some truths about who we are as black women, right? Y'all know we can be rough. We can be rough. We have some sharp edges sometimes. But in fairness, a lot of times our sharp edges come from our experiences and different pressures that are on us. And sometimes it comes from those stereotypes that have been thrust on us that we didn't have any control over. So, yes, we do have some rough edges. We do have some vicious mouths. Like, y'all, we can say some stuff. Ooh, y'all know I ain't lying. We can say some stuff. Can't nobody cut you like a sister. Nobody. I have not seen any group of women on the planet that can compete with black women when it comes to just verbal acrobatics and verbal assaults. Nobody. And we have those edges up and these mechanisms, like Simone said. Yes, defense mechanisms, exactly. And I think we have those defense mechanisms in place. One, because of some experiences we've had that didn't go well with our sisters. And two, because of ideas that have been implanted over time about our sisters. You can't trust them women. How many times have we as sisters, even in growing up, heard people say, "Oh, I don't hang around women." You a woman, but you saying, "I don't hang around women." I used to do that. Like, when I was coming up, most of my best friends were a bunch of men. And we still close now. But I did learn the importance of having close interpersonal relationships with my sisters. That's why y'all see me push for that so much now, even when it's difficult, even when it's not easy. Hey, Vanessa. And the truth of the matter is, I learned that it was important. Now, we can hang around men and say, "Oh, I just hang around a bunch of men," or whatever. And it can be easy at a certain point in our development. So I don't want to discount it. But the reality is, no matter how difficult navigating those relationships may be, it is very, very important. Simone says we seem to constantly be put in a position of proving ourselves or defending ourselves from prejudices. Exactly. And I think that has a lot to do with why we get to be so coarse and so callous and so hardened over time. Hey, Afia. So we have to look at why. Hey, Suki Johnson, how you doing, sister? I'm so glad you're here. Bless you, and you're welcome. Oh, also a little housekeeping, you guys. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button as you come in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and please hit the notification bell and click all so you don't miss out on anything. Okay. So let's think about it. We do have to defend ourselves all the time. And we're not just defending ourselves from outside entities of people that's outside of our racial or ethnic groups. We end up having to defend ourselves from our own men at times, and also sometimes from the children, because they don't really understand the struggle that their mothers have gone through. Now, inevitably, our daughters will eventually understand where we're coming from. But our sons sometimes struggle to find that connection to really understand the thought processes of his mother, because of the fact that your son is coming with male energy, and as a mother you have, the paramount female energy that he has been introduced to. And Natasha says, as black women, we do not have a safe space. All of the men of other races protect their women. That's true. That Listen, Natasha, that is an excellent point, which is why I really wanted to get into the fact that it's so important that we protect each other and that we have an understanding that there's value in sisterhood. There's value in us treating ourselves the way we should be treated and having each other's backs. And the reality of that is, even though navigating those relationships can be difficult because we are going to run into sisters with their walls up, with their defenses up, with their sharp mouths, with their sharp attitudes, with their distrust, with all of those things. And we have to and I'm not saying take abuse. I ain't going to never tell you that because I ain't going to take none. Won't do it. But what I'm saying is we have to exercise little patience and little understanding, excuse me, y'all, with the fact that your sister has likely had a lot of the same experiences that you had. Your sister's probably dealt with some heifer sleeping with her man. Your sister's probably dealt with some heifer that she thought was her friend, and she was smiling in her face and then talking to the other girlfriend saying her shoes ain't match her purse. We've all had these experiences. So when you approach or you encounter a situation where your sisters appear to be hostile towards you, don't take it personally to the extent that you now say, see, that's why I don't talk to women. I only hang around men. For one very good reason, and I want to point it out. That same sister who has that same roughness, that same sharpness about her mouth, her attitude, and about life, she is going to be eventually your biggest supporter. That sister is going to understand what you're going through. That sister can defend you like nobody else. Nobody will ever defend you like another black woman. That's why when black men get in trouble, who they looking for? Are they looking for other black men? Are they? See, I'm answering the question while I'm asking it. Even when the Asian folks were saying, "Oh, black people can be better allies," they weren't talking about black men. They were talking about black women. They were looking for people with that fire, that edge, that coarseness. And we don't need to feel sorry or feel ashamed or feel like we have to be embarrassed about our nature. Strength is a part of our nature, and I want to say also, strength is not just a masculine trait. So I feel like we should not let people masculinize us by saying because we're strong, we're being masculine. For a black woman, for an African woman, strength is very feminine for us. It comes natural. So we have to understand that if I get myself into a situation or if I get myself into trouble, and if somebody decides to attack me because I'm being my natural and authentic self as a black woman, nobody is going to understand your side of things like another black woman. Another black woman will understand why you were upset. Another black woman will understand why you picked up on the fact that somebody was playing in your face. See, if it's Karen or Susan or one of the clear ladies, and you're trying to explain to her on your job that, well, Billy didn't call me X, Y, and Z, but Billy said this, and this, and I know what he meant. Another black woman will understand. Yeah, I know what he meant too. He didn't have to say it. It made sense. We think alike. We move the same way. So I think that we have to take a minute and give another thought as to how we value sisterhood and how we value relationships between black women. This week alone, I've seen multiple examples in different areas, not just online, everywhere, of where our sisters didn't understand that them black men, I don't care how close you are with that black man, he don't understand you like your sister. He doesn't. And it's not because he don't love you. It's the fact that that black man may not understand your experiences. And we've all had some hurtful things that happen. And I feel like we have to share those things. And of course, y'all know that's what I believe in for the crown chat. Get it out. Talk about it. Talk about your experiences. Talk about what made you first decide that I'm only going to hang around men, or I can't be friends with women. I can't trust women. I don't want them around my man. I don't want them around my house. Like, we got to ask questions. Why is that? Why is that? When most of us really have the same experiences. What are we really saying when we say that? Are we saying that that even us, even the you that's doing the talking, that you're not trustworthy? We just have to understand where our sisters are coming from, and even at a point, if we were there at one point. That's why I said, like, I'm not knocking any sister for how she feels. If you feel that way, I can understand, I can identify. I've been at that point where it gets to be tough. Vanessa says, exactly. Black women have a totally different experience than a black man. Exactly. So it's like we share experiences as a collective, as black people, but black women and black men have a totally different experience in how we move through life. Chats with C, how you doing? Chats with C says women try to compete with each other too much when it shouldn't be a competition. Amen. You better say it. That's true. But I want to go back to this. This statement. This statement is the meat of the issue when it comes to black women to a large degree. I'm not going to say it's 100% of the issue, but I'm going to say it's about 55, 60. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all give me a different number. Okay? But I feel like the competition is very dangerous, but it's also a natural part of who we are too. I think it's natural to want to compete to a certain degree, not against for success, but for little things. When it comes to mates, even who we were before we were ever kidnapped and brought to this place, ladies would pretty themselves up and put themselves out there to catch the chief warrior or whoever else was in the village and was looking good. Might have been the king's son. It's normal. But the thing is, competition should be friendly and pleasant, not mean, hateful, and malicious. And when it comes to success, we shouldn't be competing in that arena, because one success is a success for everybody. And it's like, if you help your sister to be successful, then she can help you, and so forth and so on. And then we can all come up together. That should never be an issue. But when the competition that we run into here, a lot of times, yes, Simone says competing and then being shady and making underhanded comments to shatter another woman's self-esteem, that's when it becomes malicious and evil. And let's look at why a lot of women do that. A lot of our ladies, a lot of our sisters are operating from a point of feeling insecure. And when we hear that word, we automatically tie it into our personal appearance. That's not always what it is, y'all. Sometimes the insecurity comes from abuses that they've had, from maybe emotional abuse they had coming up, somebody telling them they were worthless, or being, in situations where they have been betrayed one time too many. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So then you become insecure about your relationships with people in general. And I'm not saying that some people don't have insecurities about their appearance, but I find that more times than not, it's not even about your appearance. Because our sisters are beautiful, and that part is undeniable. The entire world is spending their last dollar to try to become synthetic black women. If that doesn't tell you you're beautiful, nothing ever will. Nothing ever will. Robbers don't break into empty houses. Hello, good night. But that insecurity will force a lot of times our sisters mentally in a situation where the minute they're in the presence of other black women, to start comparing themselves to their sister. Well, I know I look better than her, or I know my butt bigger than hers, or dang, she's smaller than me, or she gets these kind of men, I don't get those kind of men. That comparing yourself to other sisters is detrimental, and it's dangerous. Hey, Logger Curves, how you doing? Sis says all of the behaviors that you're talking about stem directly from slavery mentality, where it was in our interest to from separate ourselves from ourselves. Unfortunately, I believe it definitely plays a part in that. Yes, self hate, sometimes insecurities. Exactly. And absolutely amazing, you made a point that self hate plays a part in it, because when you start comparing yourself to your sister, when you look at your sister, whether you want to admit it or not, you're looking at yourself. You're looking at a version of yourself. And so the things you hate about yourself, it's easy to begin to hate your sister, because she represents what you are. She's a black woman. She represents what you are. So self-hate is always an issue. But comparing yourself to your sister, I just want to point out and touch on the fact that that's a ridiculous concept, in my opinion. How do you compare an original? Think about it, y'all. Follow me. I've never seen two identical black women. Now, if y'all have, type it in the chat, tell me. I ain't never seen two look alike, even twins. How do you compare original items? How do you do it? You can't. Every black woman that I know is unique like a thumbprint. Like a thumbprint. There's no way to compare two original items. So when you start talking about comparing yourself to your sister, it's going to make you frustrated. It's going to make you feel like that maybe she has an edge over you that you don't have. And I'm here to tell you it's not true. Yes, sis, queens, embrace your uniqueness. We are beautiful in our own differences. Yes, thank you for that. Absolutely amazing. That is the truth. We have something that is unique. We have something that cannot be bought or sold. Is your own unique brand of beauty. The beauty that we possess as black women, it is absolutely primal. It is to the core. It's not just our complexions and hair textures. It ain't just lips and hips. It's something deeper than that, and it's divine. So we have to recognize ourselves as individuals and recognize that the individuality of the black woman is what makes us beautiful as a whole. Being a part of black womanhood is an experience. We are beautiful because all of our sisters are unique. No other group of women, I don't care who they are, I'll say it until the casket closes. We have no competition. When God made us, he was just showing off. When you pass your mirror today, you guys, I hope that this is a true crown therapy day for you. Put on your crowns, your stilettos, grab your bottle of wine, whatever makes you happy. If it's a necklace, put it on. If it's a bracelet, rock it out. Whatever it is, if it's that freakum dress, slap it on and look in the mirror and just really enjoy the fact that when God made you, he was showing off. Some people go to the doctor, they may buy cheekbones, they may buy lips, they may buy hips, they may buy, tanning injections, they may do whatever. You got it all, and it was all designer original. None of it's a knockoff. Ain't none of it came out the trunk of a car. So we have to stop comparing ourselves to our sisters and appreciating your sister because your sister and her own unique beauty is also a part of you. I think that's the quickest way to get past the self-hate angle. Sis says, I believe our healing comes from God. Amen. He tells us and shows us how much he loves us and are valuable to him. That's where I got and get my healing, y'all. That's a good point. We have to look up. When you looked everywhere else and it's a dead end, please look up. You'll get there. Essence 818. Hey, sister, I didn't know you was in here. She says there's a book called You Were Born an Original. Don't Die a Copy. Good uplifting book. We got to look into that. I like that title. I like the wording and I like the idea behind it. We're originals. Yes, girl, the freakum dress. Put it on. I don't care. Put it on. Listen, this might be a good day, y'all, to take yourself out to lunch. Take yourself to a movie. Take yourself to the spa, to the salon. Go get your nails and your feet did. Treat yourself good. Treat yourself wonderful. And tell yourself the truth. You are in Essence said it. I'm in competition with the person I was yesterday. You see what I'm saying? That's where we got to operate from. And when you operate from that point where your only competition is who you were yesterday or last week or last month or last year or 5 years ago, then you'll stop seeing your sister as your competitor. When you stop seeing your sister as your competitor and instead start to realize that that your sister, she is a part of what makes you beautiful, then you can appreciate the beauty of your sister. When you stop allowing people to make you ashamed of what comes natural to you, then you won't judge your sister so sharply and so harshly for embodying those same qualities. Listen, I know I got a big mouth. My voice is deep, it booms. But that's part of who I am as a black woman and as an African woman. I'm not ashamed of that. So when I see my sisters and they got sharp mouths and big voices and they make their points and they're strong and they're firm, I don't look at them and say, oh, that's tacky. Oh, that's ugly. Why she got to talk like that? The fact of the matter is, it's beautiful, especially when our sisters are being their authentic selves, wherever they are in their growth and maturation. We have to accept the fact that if she's being her authentic self, that is a part of her beauty. It is not a flaw. Hey, Veronica, I didn't know you were here. Good to see you. It's the truth. It's the truth. And we have to do that. And like today, I just wanted this to be one of those days. Like, let's love on each other. Let's love ourselves. And listen, if y'all ain't make it to front porch gossip last night, y'all missed out. We sat up in there and clowned all night long. I think we was on like 5 hours just cutting up, talking about the verses and everything. And I really just was like, let me come in here today for our crown therapy. Let's bring something positive and talk about why we're wonderful. And let's talk about the fact that, yes, people try to bill us as frightening or scary and cast us into all these stereotypical tropes. And we may not fit those. And you don't have to fit a trope. You're you. And that's cool. Hey, Darlene. Darlene Wilkins says, hello, just got here. Me, what would you say? Just got here. I love me. Nobody can treat me better than me. But I do appreciate when a man sees my worth. That's good. He's supposed to see your worth. I see your picture, girl. You pretty. He's supposed to see your worth, and he should be competing to try to show you that he's worthy to be your caretaker and lover and provider and protector and all that good stuff. Loretta, you fell on us and woke up at 3 a.m. and we were still here. Yes, we was. We was here all night long. What is going on? Zeline says she still ain't finished. And you ain't finished the front porch. You missed it. Larger curves. Sis says instead of being in competition, we can choose to be inspired. Exactly. I think that's a good way to look at it. Let's inspire each other. Let's be inspired. And then let's help each other. Let's be that person. Essence says Seanitra done dragged Bill Cosby to the outhouse last night. Did I drag him to the outhouse? All in the mud. Get your old nasty arse over here, sir. That's funny. I wasn't trying to drag him all the way to the outhouse, but ain't nobody studying Bill, man. Ain't nobody studying Bill. I know some people are happy that he's out and God bless him, but I ain't studying about Bill. Sis says, I see a monthly book club in the future. Well, listen, you are part of the royal family, so when we start having our family meetings, which will be very soon, you can suggest that, and you can even pick the first book, and we'll sit down and we will read our book and go through it together. You know, pick a certain number of chapters, read it, and come back and tell everybody what we think. Tanya, thank you so much for the super chat. She says thank you for spreading positivity and humor. I appreciate it. All right, Princess. Hey, sis. We can't hear you.
Hey, sis.
You
Now
there?
look here.
You low, but I think I can hear you. Turn your sound up, sis.
I did this on my microphone. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you. All right, come through, cheekbones. All right.
So
Yeah.
I know you told me to come down to your house. So look here. I had left my house and then the neighbor stopped me on the way to talk to me. I'm like, I'm trying to get over here to this tea party, okay? And I gotta make it before it's over. I can't sit up here and listen to you talk to me all day, okay?
I
But
know
how
that's
y'all doing? And I was listening, and so I told you I had a few crowns around here. I'm the princess. What princess don't
that's
have
right.
crowns laying around? I got some on the floor. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna still buy me some more. But
That's right. Mm-hmm.
this one,
Mm-hmm.
I was at the retreat when I was in Atlanta during the vacation time.
Okay.
And my good girlfriends were there and we were talking. It's a travel group, but we some of us are really, really good girlfriends. But it's
Mm-hmm.
about women's empowerment and we just have a good time. We learn things about ourselves, we heal ourselves. So during that time, one of the presenters at the workshop, I'm sitting there eating, and this fool got this crown on, and a black robe. So she walked from across the room and she opened the robe and she was naked in a thong
All
with
right.
nothing but but the thong and this crown on.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that to say she had scars all over her body where she
Oh.
had been burnt as a foster child and had went through things as a childhood and in her childhood, and she was ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but this was the first time she said anybody had ever seen me other than my children in totality. And she had learned not to be ashamed. She would wear pants all the way down to her socks, and even being intimate, she wasn't always comfortable that way.
Mm-hmm.
But she learned that she could wear a crop top or whatever just to be herself. So the nakedness was really a symbolism of her letting go spiritually. And I
Mm-hmm.
sat there and I said, I love a good crown. I love that. And my sister took the crown off her head on her birthday and gave it to
Mm-hmm.
me and put the crown on my head and gave it to me with no problem. Said, I want you to have it. So
Oh, I love that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the kind of stuff that makes me get misty and, jeopardizes my lashes. I love that because that's who we got to be for each other. Like, listen, you never know when you sharing your story and you're being transparent and you actually allow your sisters in. Man, look, it's beautiful when we love each other. It's beautiful when we love each other, baby. Black love is revolutionary, and it ain't got to just be between a romantic relationship. For us as sisters, when we choose to love each other, we're doing something revolutionary. Okay, these people in this place, in Babylon where we live at, they taught us and conditioned us, forced us, tortured us into the mindset of not loving each other, of naturally distrusting each other. There's nothing more powerful than the love between two people who know who we are. You know your sister. She ain't out to get you. She ain't gonna eat you. No. Your sister loves
we
you.
go
Your
out to
sister
eat
wants to love
together.
you. That's right. That's right. And if somebody come knocking at the door that ain't supposed to be there, we can eat them up together. Nobody can defend you like your sister. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And the fact that being able to be transparent, being open, putting yourself out there. Hey, if your sister don't love you today, she might love you tomorrow. I had an incident when I first moved to Houston. I was working for a company, I won't say the name, and there was a lady there. And y'all, she was so mean to me. Oh my God. This heifer was so mean. Princess, you would have been like, you with your temperament, you probably would have cussed her out and went after her. It was bad. It was so bad. I mean, any little thing I did, it was a problem. I would ask her for help, smile, be nice. Hey, how you doing? She ain't never have nothing good to say to me. I mean, she was just mean, just general mean and nasty. And I say, what God hell wrong with this heifer? I had questions. And so, as time would have it, came up for, because I moved here in September. So around November, they were supposed to pay her holiday pay. And apparently that sister needed that money for something serious. And she was a manager at that time, and she was one of them company type people, anything for the company. She'll burn another Negro in a minute. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know the kind. You done met the same heifer, just got a different name. And so they didn't pay her money, and I saw her crying like she was upset, worked up. And so I stopped and I checked on her and I said, are you all right? And she looked at me, she stuttered, and I said, no, really, you good? And so she started telling me about what happened. And so I asked her, I said, you want me to pray with you? You good? And she was like, yeah. But she looked at me confused, like you could almost see the thought process in her mind, like, I have done everything to this girl. I done woke her up about nothing. I done talked to her crazy. She keeps smiling at me. Why in the hell is she offering to pray for me? So we
She
went in
knows she
another
did you
room.
dirty.
Oh, she knew she had been treating me bad, and she knew I hadn't done a thing in the world to her. And so I went ahead and we went. She led me to another room. She was like, "We can go back here," and I prayed for her and I hugged her neck, and I was just like, "It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. Like you'll get through this. This ain't. I'm sure this ain't your first time." It ain't gonna be your last time. I understand what it is when them clear folk be playing with your money like you ain't got bills insurance. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I bought her lunch that day. You know, from that day to this day, she loved me to death. After that, every time that lady saw me, she would hug my neck. After that, if she went and bought stuff, she would bring extra and hand it to me. Hey, sister, how you doing? And so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we just have to be a little patient and don't just be so quick to write your sisters off, man. Because when some more stuff came up and it was somebody else being horrible, that sister was the first one to defend me.
Defend you.
Before I could open my mouth, she had already lit. I was like, okay, sis, come on back. Come on back. But that's why I say, the sister that may not embrace you right away, think about all the times you did not immediately embrace another sister. You know what I mean? Sometimes it take us a while to open up to each other and the other people. Look at what we've been through. That's why I keep saying we cannot discount our experiences in this place. Our experiences in this place has not been good. Like
I
we
have
have.
to check my mean girl a lot of times. But I'm gonna say that sometimes those are tests for ourselves. It's not a
Mhm,
test for the other people, but it's a test for you to see
mhm,
how you gonna act and how you gonna treat God's people.
mhm. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. Like if you look at it from that standpoint, how many times have we failed? You know what I mean? Just because the sister had an attitude that day, or you feel like she tried you. How many times have we failed when we really could have just, we ain't got to prove that we can outcuss everybody. Like we know we got these miles. We know we got them. We don't need no plaque. We don't need no ribbon ceremony like the Olympics. We know what we can do. It's a proven fact. We don't need to prove that no more. We done fought everybody, y'all. We done fought the men. We done fought the clear people. We done fought to get jobs. We fought to get educations. We fought to be respected. We fought to have agency over our own bodies. Still fighting that fight right now. We don't need to fight no more. Now it's time to learn how to love each other. We got fighting down pat. We got that. I don't think it's no sister here right now that need a fighting class. Now, am I right or wrong? Y'all, if I'm right, put a one in the chat. Let me know I'm on the right track. Now, if y'all need a fighting class, let me know. But I believe I should see some ones in the chat. I think all y'all know how to fight already. Am I correct?
Or say something dirty.
Okay. Yeah, we got that. All right, truthful. Thank you. Amen. Uh-huh. We seeing ones. Okay, so I'm right. I ain't wrong. Y'all know how to fight. Y'all got the fighting thing. Now we got to learn how to love. This place has taught us how to fight. That's wonderful. We some fighting children. We done learned how to fight everything and everybody. Great. Hero cookie. Here you go. Now we got to learn how to love. Because somewhere along the line, we forgot how to do that. We forgot how to do that. And it's like at a certain point, you got to realize when you've already won. What we fighting for? We done already won. Come on, y'all. What we fighting about?
Kind of like that old situation, even though it's negative, but I spoke about that one person and I
Mm-hmm.
said, y'all trying to fight, you trying to fight the peoples and the
Mm-hmm.
women that was really helped you
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes, but it's not a fight. It was nothing to fight about. Why are you
Nope.
starting to fight? Because the situation is already yours.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like it makes no sense. It's no good for us to be powerful and not know how to channel that. I went through it when I was, I don't know, 17, 16, 17. I was in chorus in high school. Because I used to like to sing. I like to fight, but I used to like to sing too and all that stuff. And my teacher at that time was Miss Patricia Lake. Real sweet lady. She's still here. She ain't gone, thank God. We still have her for now. But that was when my mouth was extremely filthy. I mean, I told Princess earlier, Richard Pryor nor Dice Clay ain't had nothing on me. My mouth was low down and dirty, and it wasn't no point for it. And Miss Lake rolled up on me, cussing like a sailor, like a degenerate. And she said to me, she said, "You have a powerful personality. She said, but I want you to understand something. It does you no good if you keep acting like that and giving people the wrong impression about you. And I didn't talk back because I wasn't stupid. She'd have told my mama and Emma would have killed me, y'all. She really would have. And so Miss Lake grabbed me after she pinched me. Because, then people would pinch your kids. They ain't care. It didn't
Right
matter.
under the arm.
On the fat meat. And so she pinched me and she turned the meat round and she leaned in my ear because she was shorter than me. And she leaned in my ear, girl. And she said, power out of control is chaos. Power under control is a force to be reckoned with. And then it clicked. It clicked then, but then it made more sense later. And that's what I wanted to get across to our sisters today. It's like we're powerful, but right now we're living in a moment where our power is out of control. And we're bringing chaotic energy into situations when we could really get our power under control and we could really shake up something. As Black women, we're powerful. We can shake up the world, man. I keep telling y'all, we are the movement.
I
We're
think
raising
people
the
are
children.
scared. They get scared of having the power and knowing what they can really do with the power,
Right,
and then having to be responsible after you acknowledge that you have that type of power.
right.
With everything, it comes some responsibility and repercussion.
That's right. That's true. But I feel like we're able and this is just me. And maybe somebody else feels different, but I feel like we're capable. I feel like we are capable. We are more than capable of changing what we're looking at and being responsible for the power that we wield. Because guess what? Whether we get ourselves under control or not, that power doesn't go away. We're still powerful. We are shaping the world around us, but we're doing it haphazardly. We're doing it by accident and happenstance.
Well, do you
Matter
think that's from lack of self esteem and confidence?
I think that's a part of it. I think because we don't have the self esteem and the confidence on a lot of levels because of different things. Things happen along life to take your confidence from you. And I get it. But when we have those self confidence issues and those self esteem issues and self worth issues, when that kind of thing happens, and my baby said a lack of self awareness, um, it causes you to project that onto your sisters as well. So rather than building bonds to make each other stronger, we end up seeing each other as an enemy because in essence you see yourself as your own enemy. So that's what stops us because we didn't stop being powerful because we're not under control. We powerful, we just out here tearing up stuff. Okay, let me tell you how powerful we are. Let me draw a parallel. Now, have you heard or paid attention to the Black young ladies and the creators on TikTok? How they have went on strike and they say they ain't making up no song for Megan Thee Stallion song. They ain't making up no dance for Megan Thee Stallion song Thought Ish. If y'all heard about that, let me see it in the chat. I heard about it. Princess, it tickled the piss out of me because then the white girls was left over there, excuse me, the clear ladies were left over there to try to come up with a dance and it ain't happened. We're powerful. Even in the way we dance and move our bodies, we tell the whole world what to do. We are their mothers. I don't care if they 90, you they mammy. They wait for us to give birth to them every
To take
day.
from us.
They wait for us to give birth to them every day. We give birth to them every day. They wait for us to tell them what to wear, how to speak. They wait for us to tell them how to dance. They wait for us to tell them what music to listen to. And hold on, y'all. They
How
even
to
wait
look.
how to look. Look at him. They wait for us to tell them how big their backside need to be. Matter of fact, they even wait for us to tell them which black men to
Today.
fantasize over. Think about it. They would be crazy and all over any black man they can get their hands on until sisters don't want them.
Hmm.
Y'all ain't noticed that? We can cancel the world with a glance. Sisters, understand your power. Ain't nothing more powerful than a black woman that got herself together and knows her worth and also understands and loves her sister like she loves herself. That's a powerful creature, and it ain't nothing you can do with that.
Can I tell you another little antidote about
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
So we got this lip thing going on.
Oh, hold
And
on,
then the
real
lips.
quick. Before you go there, let me do a commercial. Now, Princess has Yum Bella lip gloss. Mm-hmm. Royal family, listen. The link is in the description for this video. Don't y'all miss out on Yum Bella. And listen, we always talking about black businesses and keeping our money black. I don't want to hear no excuses. Show up for this sister. Get y'all some Yum Bella. And there's a promo code also in the description, in the promo code Royal Family. It will expire on July 31st. So y'all got all month long to
To
get your lip gloss
10% off.
popping. That's right. Now go
So you
ahead,
might not
sis.
get your check to the 15th. I understand.
I know
And I
that's
got
right.
Sezzle. People don't know I got Sezzle.
So y'all can get payments. Y'all can put something on it. So
If
for
you
the
want to
crew,
buy
you need
some
to put
bundles, you
something
can
on it.
put it on. Yeah, you can put it on layaway.
Yeah, put something on it, and then you can get it. There you go. Go ahead, sis. I had to put the
But
commercial in there. Mm-hmm.
the the lips. So Kylie, our sister Kylie.
That ain't
I,
my sister.
I
But go
sat up
ahead.
and be watching her on TV, and one day I get so annoyed because I see where she ain't had no lips her whole life. Her mouth look like this her whole life. And then when she got with the black man, then she became this. Then she got so cute. I'll put it in chat in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And it's in the description. Click on the description for this video. The link is there. You should be able to tap the link and it take you straight to the site. Go ahead, sis.
so she's made millions of dollars off of makeup and lip gloss and thank you lip balm or whatever she do, lipstick that she comes up with. But I kept looking at her lips and how she got them, and then she draws over her lips, and it always perturbed me because and then now all of these light-skinned ladies get lip fillers and they
Mm-hmm.
create something. When I was young,
Mm-hmm.
I was teased a lot for various things, and one of them was my soup coolers
Mm-hmm.
because I had big lips. And I said, and y'all were the people too that you told us that because we didn't come up with that on our own. It
Nope.
was because it was dictated to us that
Mm-hmm.
it didn't look a certain way. It wasn't pleasing because it's not a European trait. So they used to make fun of my lips being so big, and I know I'm not the only one.
Right.
And it was bubble lips, soup coolers or
Girl,
whatever.
I called hell from my mom about my lips. Go ahead.
And they would take my government name and they put it together with bubble lips and bubblicious and whatever. So one of the names, listen, I was in the Catholic school. One of the names that they would go down the hallway say, "Yum yum yum Bella, yum Bella," and I wouldn't answer, but they would talk about my lips. So I said, "Well, to hell with it. Why are we giving our money to this light skinned person whose lips look like this their whole life, and they're telling you how to wear your lips?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how to
That's
you
right.
telling you how to dress your lips." And I started doing some research. I was down in here in this here bedridden and finna die. And I said, well, I love makeup, and I've always said I was gonna eventually go into makeup. Well, what's stopping me from doing it today? And I started doing my research
Mm-hmm.
and I did it. And then came, of course, there's the name of the beauty company, Royalty Beauty Brands. But I said, what I want to call the lip gloss something specific
Mm-hmm.
and, market that. And all of a sudden, Young Bella came into my mind. And the reason why I named it Young Bella is I wanted to take that power back
Mm-hmm.
that these people, and it was more girls than boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to take the power back that people teased me so much when I was a little girl about my lips. And I could tell
Mhm.
you, baby, now you want your lips to look like mine. And
Mhm.
and now all of the ones that talked about me because my lips was so big and luscious, y'all want to kiss on them. You want to wear, you gonna wear your stuff like, man, oh, your lips is so big. But back then I didn't know that
Hmm.
the things you talked about me so badly as a disfigurement or a disability is now some of my biggest attributes
Mhm.
in my
That's true.
life. So I named the young Bella to take it back. And whatever it is in your life that people have taken from you, take that back. Yes, I'm gonna make a bag from it. I know I'm gonna be a millionaire from
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying? So now if you say young Bella to me, baby, it's all right. Because now I know my value in
Mhm.
that. I know the value in my mouth because of what I speak, and I
Mhm.
also know the value of what it is because these people is paying to get what
That's
I
right.
got.
And in the words of Auntie Maxine Waters, girl, you was reclaiming your
Reclaiming
time.
my time.
We got to reclaim our time. Like real talk, that's what it is. Like I tell people, and that's why I encourage people. Talk about what you've been through. Talk about it. You know the hurt. If it hurt you, say it. Talk about why it hurt. You know what did you learn from it? Did you grow from it? Listen, everybody got something in there. Everybody got something in there that left a scar. Just like you were saying, the young lady was completely nude, bearing her scars. Take it back. It's a part of your experience. It's a part of what made you. Take it back. Sometimes even our parents brought this up. Like I said, my mama used to pick at me about my lips. She had been so brainwashed, y'all. She would make me sit and she would tell me to tuck my lips in. No
Mm.
joke, real story. She would
Sometimes
tell me,
I've sat like this.
yeah, and that's what she would tell me. She would tell me like, don't hold your mouth like that with your lip hanging. Pull it in, just. And I would get in trouble because I would forget to hold my lips. Like, how am I hold my lips in? Like,
It hurts. It's uncomfortable.
yeah, I'm like, I look like this. There's nothing I can do about it. And between my mother, my aunts, and some other female cousins on my mama's side of the family, y'all, they had me thinking I was the ugliest critter this side of hell. Really. And you have to, at some point, just realize that whatever you are is what God made you, and God don't make junk. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And then you come to that realization, like you were saying, Princess, that some of these people that was, pointing out different features and different things about you, they were saying horrible things because they admired those things about you. And once you get that through your head and realize that their words don't make you, you don't live in death, your life and death is not by their words, then you can reclaim your time. Vanessa says it's just like the dark skinned black boys with teased, but now women of all colors can't get enough of them. I know that's right. Well, I liked them back then. Don't go by me, girl. Essence says, when I hear my son telling my daughter about the luxury of her skin tone and her hair texture and what others will secretly envy but mask it with insults, I love that. She will love her chocolate skin. I know that's right. Brown Skin Lady 81. That's what's up. And teach our young princesses to love their Afrocentric beauties. Melanin itself is as valuable as gold. And you ain't never lied. Listen, that's the kind of thing we got to do. And I want us to encourage each other because we've been there. We've been there.
I
Nobody can
misspelt
really
it.
identify with you like somebody who's been down the road that you're walking on. Not nobody. If you a clear lady, even if you mean well, what the hell can you tell me about my experience as a black girl? You can't identify, you can sympathize, but you cannot identify with where I've been.
You can empathize, and that's it.
That's it. That's all you can do is
And
empathize.
I
And
don't want you to feel sorry for me.
yeah, yeah, I don't need that. You can keep that. Bless you, but you can keep that. But somebody who's been where you've been, there's a connection when you start to share your experiences and what you've been through. My middle sister was extremely dark. I watched her go through a lot of things. And to be honest, I'm excited about the fact that dark girls are celebrated now. My sister didn't have the luxury of growing up in that time because, it used to be hard to be a black girl. It was hard, y'all. It was hard. You hear people talking about colorism now. It's still real, and don't get me wrong, but it's child's play compared to what it used to be. It's really child's play. There were a lot of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black girls that were destroyed during that time. And I feel like this is our time as black women to reclaim our time, especially considering that right now I think it's a beautiful time to be a black girl. This is a hell of a
Mm-hmm.
time to be a black girl. So we need to reclaim our time. Oh, that's a pretty picture. Hey, sister. V. Spencer says reasons why Amanda Seals had issue with The Real, assigning a white woman to produce segments on black female experience, but not a woman of color producer at head of the table to lead the content. That was a very good thing to have an issue with.
But you did that goes back to what you just said a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
That culture and that segment of people uh making money off of and benefiting off of our culture. The whole show, even though it personally to me is whitewashed, uh the whole cast is women of color of
Yeah.
some sort. And that's what it's centered around. But nothing about it, even the content, all the way down to the decor, none of that screams
Mm-mm.
women of color to
Nothing.
me.
Nothing.
And after they got rid of Tamar,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of watch for her. I know she can be messy from time to time. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
After Tamar, it just wasn't quite right. And now that Tamara is off, it's definitely just not there. Sometimes I watch it just to watch it, or I have it on because I know I'm going to the shower during that time if I'm at home at all during that time. The show is just like it's convoluted, it's yeah. Girl, y'all talking about stuff from 4 days ago in the celebrity news. We on something else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what you talking about? I love Adrian Houghton, but some of that stuff, like, girl, you've been in 3LW all your life. Have you really had these experiences that you're speaking on, and you're just speaking on just juvenile and non-mature aspects of these situations that people going through every day. So it's just not quite interesting anymore.
Right.
I've never cared for Lonnie Love on that show in that capacity
Mm-hmm.
because I understand she's crossing over and getting her bag, but I always felt like she was the coon character.
Yep. I'm
You
glad you
know.
said it because I was sure thinking it.
that
I be trying to watch my mouth
was
on
the
the crown
token the,
therapy days because
the
I want to
token
bring
ghetto
good
girl.
things. I be trying to bring good things to it, but on the crown therapy days, I try to watch my mouth because I really had some thoughts about The Real, and I don't know if I could really share it and be neutral on that one, because it's probably an unpopular opinion. Because when it comes to that, I just feel like, for one, I agree. Which sister was it? Brown skin lady 81. This is where I'm at with it right here. Right here. People
Hmm.
of color my foot. I'm black.
Well, you got the Asian girl and you got the
But that
Latino
ain't
girl.
got
So that's
nothing to
why they
do with
say
me.
of
See,
color.
that's the thing that I feel is problematic. Don't try to lump other people in with me talking about a people of color because your experience is not my experience. I don't care how many black men that she hops on, bobs on, and nothing else. She will never be a black woman. I don't care how many black phalluses may enter her throat. Her voice will never be black. Okay? I'm just being as transparent as I can. Your experience ain't mine, and I can't identify with you. We ain't no kin. Our blood ain't the same. We don't bleed the same. You didn't suffer the way we suffer. You didn't survive what we survived. You say what you want to say. That daisy in the middle of an open field can never compare with a rose that had to push its way through concrete. Our beauty is our ruggedness, baby. You're not us. You're not us. And I feel like mainstream media does its absolute best to try to recreate and repackage black womanhood with a face that don't look like us.
Hmm.
They ain't us, y'all. And we got every right to say that they're not us and they don't speak for us. They're not us. You can't represent me. I don't care who you are. People of color, my foot, I'm black. My mama's black. My daddy is as black as 3 in the morning. Best man I've ever known. That's why I like him black like that. I'm black. You're not gonna make me take away my blackness and call it something else because it makes you uncomfortable. Because you attacked black for so long and now it's trendy. So you don't want to call it black because it brings up all those negative connotations that you put out there.
You
The
got to be
narrative that you,
politically correct.
yeah, the narrative and the tale that you spun. Now that black has become trendy, you don't want to call it black no more. You want to call it people of color and parade out a bunch of ladies that may be very lovely people and say that this is the face of black womanhood and they don't represent us at all. They don't think like us. They don't move like us.
Don't have the same issues as
They
us.
don't. Thank you. And I'm sorry, but I just feel like I can't say really what I feel, but that's just a tip of the iceberg as far as what I feel about that. We have an opportunity in this hour, black women, my sisters, I love you. It's time to reclaim your time. Reclaim your time, recognize your power. Half of your power is in you, and the other half of your power is in your sister. The other half of your power is in your sister. If I look to the left of me and the right of me and I don't see somebody who look like me, I'm a little uncomfortable, slightly.
Slightly.
Only slightly. Only slightly. Because what I am is enough. What I am is enough. That's hell on earth by itself. Yeah, and I ain't just bragging. That's all of y'all. Every lady in here knows that we have the ability to touch down and raise hell. Do we not?
Oh yeah, I know I can. I
So
try
I'm
not to
only
go that way.
right. That's why I say I'm only slightly uncomfortable. But when I look to the left and to my right and I see my sisters and we're in harmony and we're moving on one accord, I ain't uncomfortable at all. One of us is a problem. Okay? Three or four of us is calculus. You ain't gonna get through that easy.
And see, that's the thing. They wanted it together just enough, but they didn't want us to get totally together because they knew that it was going to be a problem. And that's why I'm confident to call her Amanda Diva. Amanda Seals had she was in the front, like they reminded her too much of that daggone Tamar, but she was in the front, and she probably did say, "Look, we need to be together on this. Anybody got my back?" And the people was like, "No, but I got my check, and I can't
Right.
compromise that." And she just said, "Ain't enough amount of money that you can give me right now to
Mm-hmm.
compromise my black and compromise my integrity
Mm-hmm.
as a
And
black woman."
I applaud her for that. Because a lot of us, like I said before, and I say again, a lot of our people have that prostitute mentality.
Hmm.
Anything for a dollar, y'all. And it ain't cute. It
I'm not
ain't cute.
gonna get nothing else if I let this go.
Hmm. Let it go. I've missed out on opportunities because the way it came to me didn't come the right way.
Mm,
I wasn't willing to, drag my knuckles across the pavement to have it. And some
nothing
of
else.
us have adopted that prostitute mentality that if you pay me enough, I'll do anything. They'll do something strange for a little piece of change. They'll make you holler for a dollar. Hey, Shady Mercury. Oh,
Someone that's
Shady
on
Mercury
roll.
say somebody on RHOA is like that. Now we ain't gonna say no names, not today. That's for the porch, but I know what you're saying.
We uplift our beautiful sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is for the crown, so
Even
we ain't gonna drag them
even
today.
even in their downtrodden behavior.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes, though, I will
Let's
say
lift
this:
them up.
sometimes a part of in my opinion, of uplifting is accountability. Sometimes us holding you accountable is uplifting you.
Oh yeah,
Just like,
that's why I don't
go
have
ahead.
friends like I
Go ahead.
used to. And I said, now my friends, they respect me. Excuse me, I'm multitasking.
I
My
know.
friends, they respect me.
Mm-hmm.
And they know. And most times now they hide stuff from me. I'll be sitting there like, look, when y'all be thinking I be knowing stuff, I am like Safari at the picnic, sitting there with my little food in my mouth, watching and, and like, oh, what's going on? Who said that? I'm just watching. But they know now
Mm-hmm.
they can go out there and be the biggest whore on the street or go do all kind of crazy stuff, or they got stuff going on in their personal life. When they come to me to ask me something, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Okay.
Nope.
Don't come to me and ask me nothing if you don't want the truth. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether you a friend or a foe. And if you my best friend and you done something wrong, I'm gonna tell you because I feel like if I lie to you, I don't love you.
Mm-hmm.
If I lie to you, I don't love you. But if
Mm-hmm.
I love you, I'm going to stand up and correct you. That's
That's
just like
right.
I say, a man that doesn't correct his son does not love him. And if I
Hello.
love you as my friend, I'm going to correct you too. That was wrong. Okay. So if they don't want the truth, they don't come to me. But when they want real truth and real advice, that's when the people come to me. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope I stay like that the rest of my life.
That's right. That's
And
how
they
you
don't bring
become.
me mess either.
And that's the thing. Accountability and holding each other accountable. It's a form of love. Just like I mentioned, you know what Miss Lake did for me. That stuck with me my whole life. I ain't gonna never tell how old I am. I'm gonna be 25 forever. But that was a long time ago, and I ain't forgot yet what that lady did for me in holding me accountable. She didn't say, "Oh, well, I don't want to shame her. I don't want to shame her for her behavior." She loved me enough to say, "Look here, little heifer, that ain't cute,
And I don't want to see you out there bad like that.
and I don't want you doing that." Like that's everything. That is everything. My daughter is here moderating for her mom, and she can tell you, I got Princess. I got so many children that I didn't give birth to. There's so many of them that call me mama. So many of them that call me auntie. Even after I moved to Houston, I got a whole nother set of children. I love my folks, and I do that for them because there were some ladies who didn't mind my attitude, and they did it for me. They didn't care one flip about my how they used to say fresh mouth. They didn't care nothing about my fresh mouth or my little stink attitude. They immediately went into mother mode and was like, "Listen here, what you doing ain't working, and you gonna stop it. You being ugly, you being nasty. Stop it."
Yeah.
When I was out there fighting, breaking bottles on the curb, cussing folks out, chasing them with tire irons and whatnot, those ladies didn't mind letting me know that it don't make no sense for you to be a pretty girl and act ugly. That's accountability. Sometimes it don't sound good, but we got to just call it what it is. Oh,
And even when you say act ugly, like especially when I got older, I know, everybody has a friend or somebody in their life
uh-huh.
that, especially in their youth, they like to humbug or they didn't mind fighting and stuff like that. And look at here, as I got older, I've never been a fighter myself anyway. Thank God I had people that was, looked out for me. But I mean, if I have to lay hands on you, I don't mind giving you a word.
But are they holy hands, Princess
Yeah,
Nia?
yes, they are. Um, backhand especially, okay.
Woo.
Um, but as you grow older, people. I look now. Look, we over here cute. You get mad at her over there for looking you up and down or what have you. Uh, oh, she didn't drop from the screen. You got mad at your sis for looking you up and down because we done walked in here cute, and they not mad because you cute. They mad because they felt
Mm-hmm.
insecure in themselves. Now they might say something or roll their eyes, and
Mm-hmm.
they're baiting you to come humbugging. But no, we didn't come here for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my good clothes and my shoes. I'm not finna tear up my
Right.
shoes and my makeup and carrying on and let somebody pull out my hair because they mad that I'm over here in the VIP and they ain't got a seat to sit in. That's not no reason to be fighting. Don't engage. So you have to sometimes you got to pull your friends and be like, look, we're not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? We're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be out here fighting with these people. We have to rise above. They're picking at
Yes.
you. How is you fighting with people? You don't know them, and they don't
You
know
ain't know
you.
them folks. That's right. That's true. We don't even know them folk. What you acting up for? We don't have to do this. That's what it really comes down to. But I don't know. I just feel like we can do better. We got to be better. And you said a mouthful. Even within social media, we establish
Mm-hmm.
groups, and the minute a new black woman's face shows up, there's the immediate moment of let me compare myself to her,
Mm-hmm.
and thinking that your sister got something that you ain't got. She may have something you don't have. That may be true, but guess what? You got something she ain't got too.
She ain't got.
That's right. We all have our own several abilities and gifts. And so when it comes down to it, the issue should never be competition by comparison. Don't do that to yourself. You're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself. And
The
we shouldn't
energy
do it.
you spend focusing on somebody else is the energy that you could be focused putting back on you.
That's right. That's right. It ain't nothing but the truth. And y'all down here just listen. The comment section is on point. Y'all up here saying some real stuff, and I am blown because ain't none of y'all came up here to talk with us and tell us what you're thinking or what your point of view is. Miss Ebby, how you doing? Miss Ebby says, "I pray this type of unity for us every day. Great convos, ladies. Great, good afternoon to you all." Yeah, like that's what we need, and that's why I say we can control it. We always hear people say, "Oh, we need to be united," but it's like, what are you doing to get it done? Like, what's your part in it? What part are you playing in the unification? Now, it's cool to say unify, unify, but what part are you playing? If we all play our part, this thing will eventually get together, won't it? Or am I tripping?
And look, when we unify, what are we unifying to accomplish?
There you go.
What am I with you for? Now, it's some people I cheer on, I support. You're my black sister, you're my black brother. I'll support you, I'll look out for you. But you cannot be aligned with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
See,
If
you
my
got to
screen go
be.
black, keep talking. I'm not going anywhere. Okay,
I can
but
tell
I'm
this is
listening.
StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot align with everyone. And that don't mean that you don't celebrate neither one. It's just that everybody is not going the same way that we're going. We can still celebrate our sisters, still celebrate one another, but we need to know that I can't do what this person is doing, or I might not be able to take everyone with me with what I'm doing, with the mindset that I have. And that's not any disrespect to one another. That's just being mature enough to know that you have a focus and you have a purpose and that you have a
Mm-hmm.
calling and you need to move forward in what you got going on. And sometimes we get so caught up for years, and I think this is my fault as well. I'm a giver. And if I ain't got money, I'm giving up my time, I'm giving up my talents. And I sit back and look back, besides all the years that I gave to my kids, there are a lot of careers that I have built, that
Mm-hmm.
I have helped people, and I have given out everything from me to them. And I look back and say, what do I have? I really don't
Mm-hmm.
have much. I don't have nothing. And I need somebody to pour into me now. And I really didn't have it because I didn't have sense enough to speak up for my own self and
Mm-hmm.
advocate for my own self to say, look, no, I can't do that. I need to take out some time for me. I need to work on me. What you got going on is not quite what I need to be doing. But
Mm-hmm.
now I know better because I've not only built up myself, but I've had other people to come and pour into me and let me know that, hey, that's not the way you do things. You don't have to align yourself with everybody just because they're your friend, just
That's
because you
right.
feel the need to help them. Help yourself. How can you keep helping the blind can't lead the blind? Okay. How can
Nope.
you keep helping people and you ain't got nothing to give and you giving from an empty cup? And guess what? You in the negative when you give it from an empty cup because you done gave it all out. So it's also healthy to say no.
You have
This
to
is not
sometimes.
my alignment.
Yep.
This is not the way we going. I wish you well. I support you, but I don't have to go with your ass. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
it's a
right. I ain't
difference.
got to follow you. I like it. Hi, sister. How are you?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Vanessa,
I
okay.
gotta turn it down.
Can you guys hear
Vanessa.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
Okay. I'm sorry about that, you guys. First of all, ladies, I love you guys. I listen, Seanitra, I used to watch you come up on other because I was surfing, okay? I love gossip. And then I landed on the other channel. I actually, to be honest with you guys, I support everybody because I just hate what happened. I don't want to go there because we keeping it positive. But what happened, that just hurt me to my core. And I'm sure a lot of people too. Just real quick, when I got on that channel, I didn't know anything. I'm a woman of a particular age. So I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of goofy with, I said, what's a mod? I didn't even know what that was. I used to visit that channel for the gossip and I'd make my little slick comments. And then all of a sudden, I'll keep her name out my mouth. She said, I'm going to make you a mod. And I didn't even know what that meant, you guys. It was pretty funny. That's how green I was to it. But I said, all right, well, I guess that means something. My daughter was like, Mom, what are you doing? But anyway, I just want to say that I've watched you, Seanitra. You just have a talent and a gift. And that's why what you're doing right now, you're supposed to be doing, and
Thank
it's come back to you. And for Miss Princess, I want to say, Princess, do not feel like everything you've done for other people, you're going to get it back. Because sometimes they're not going to give you your flowers. But God sees everything and he knows what you've done for people. So when it's your turn, he will bless you. You don't even have
Yes,
to
he
get it
does.
from nobody. And I'm telling
Yep.
you guys, I'm a witness to that because I still do that. I help my people, Black folk. I help us learn how to start businesses. I actually put businesses together and help people just, hey, you got some money? We got your residual income. I'm doing a lot of Black women. We are truckers now, not driving trucks, but we own transportation companies, you guys.
All right.
I own a transportation company
That's
and
where the
I'm
money
not
is.
pink and fluffy as they come. And I have never set foot behind a truck, but I could make my money and I do make my money.
All right,
That's right
So
sis.
now.
I'm just telling you guys, I have been really trying to join up with some real positive women. I do that anyway. I've done it for years, you guys. I'm an inventor. I've been on Shark
Good.
Tank. I don't even,
Oh,
I keep a lot of things to myself, but I'm originally from New York, from the Bronx, so I know about that hot temper and all that, the way I was raised. But God has humbled me. And I always say, God, God, God. I'm not running around being a super Christian, but I'm telling you, that's the key to everything, in my opinion. That's the key to your
Yeah.
amen.
blessings.
I
That's the
agree.
key to everything. And I just lean on him. I don't care how people treat me. It doesn't matter. It's what, if you're doing things from your heart, that's why I kept saying with Princess. I said, I understand, sister. You get hurt. People, you give, you don't get it back, and it hurts you. But you don't have to worry about that because God sees it and he knows your heart when you were doing it. So when
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn,
Amen.
you're going to get it because he
That's
knows.
right.
So I don't worry about people. People that meet me, they don't even like me and they don't know why. And I've never done anything to them.
Often,
Mm-hmm.
So,
my
Right.
friend told me that a lot of times it was that, and it stuck with me. She said people are jealous of your
uh-huh.
potential
Yes,
because they know you doing things that you don't even realize that you're gonna do, and they see it in you,
mm,
and they get jealous because they know that you're going far, or they try to block you from being successful or prospering in certain areas because they know that you have it in you. So I really learned from them. Don't tell, I know what you're saying. Don't tell the right hand what your left hand is doing, and don't tell the
right.
left hand what your right hand is doing.
Yes,
And I'm learning just to sit down and be quiet, and
yes.
be quiet until when you see it, when you gonna see it. Now they say, "Oh, why you so secretive?" It's not that I'm being secretive. I've learned to be wise and shut this big mouth.
That's right. You can't tell everybody everything. Believe me. It's just I just believe in that. But you guys, I'm real excited about what you're doing, Seanitra. I'm so glad you finally decided to get your own channel, girl. I was catching you everywhere. People like, where's Seanitra? And then with the other channel, I noticed I didn't see you anymore. And I'm like, what happened? I thought something happened, but then I had stumbled up
No.
on Michelle Atalian. And then I saw
Mm-hmm.
you and I said, well, there she goes. She's all right. So I figured maybe someone down. I'm not into the politics of that. I could care less. I just want us all to be great. I don't, and that's why even to this day, you know, I go on the other channel, I just send blessings because I'm so removed from it. But I have to say, I'm really proud of Miss Ples and the way she handled herself because she pulled herself away and God is fighting her battles.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say to
Mm-hmm.
that.
Amen.
Sometimes you ain't gotta have all that mouth. Just go
Yep.
on, say, Father, you know what happened, and He will handle it.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling my daddy on you.
That's it.
That's
It's that good.
right.
There you go. Tell him my daddy on you. He already
All
knows
right.
what happened. So that's the way I
Okay.
operate. I don't put my mouth. I'm not into negativity. I'm never going to say anything negative
Right.
about any of these things because we're Black women. And again, I just give her mercy and grace. I just pray mercy
Yeah,
and grace.
you have to, and like I said earlier in
And that's the
Buffer Show,
way to.
you have to give mercy and grace to everyone
Yep.
because
Yes.
I
You
didn't
have
F
to.
up a time or two in my life, or three, or 257,000 times. I have messed up in some form,
Come on.
fashion, or capacity
Come
in life.
on.
And it's not up to us to punish other people.
Yes.
They do. God takes care of all.
Amen.
Yes.
All you got to, Daddy, they did it. I don't like this. You see it. You see it. That's all you got to say. If you
We're
say,
smart
you
enough
saw
to
that,
keep
right?
yourself away from anything negative. We're not stupid. We're Christians. We don't have to be. That doesn't mean we check our brains at the door. You pull yourself away
Mm-hmm.
from people that are negative, but you could pray for them at a distance. Long handle spoon.
Right.
You going over there.
That's it.
It's very
So, ladies,
true.
I enjoy this. You know, I have all the time to myself because I'm an entrepreneur and I want other women to be that way. So they don't, you talking about this thought, all these thoughts and all this stuff. That's because they think they got to do that to get a man to get the bag and you can get your
Get the money.
own bag. You don't have to do
Yeah.
that. You really don't.
Well, you
It's
know,
out there.
sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes, Miss Vanessa, our girls are just having fun. Cause see, there was
Yeah,
a time
that's
when I
true.
was half naked too. If you had seen me, you'd have begged me to put
Look,
some clothes on. I ain't never had
right
on no
now,
half
I
naked
look,
clothes.
I ain't gonna tell
And
no
I'm
lie, okay?
okay, you know, we done been there. And that's one of
That's
the things
true.
that I try to encourage us now that we're the aunties and the mamas to have some mercy on these girls because we remember,
Amen.
y'all know we was putting on them things that we shouldn't been putting on and how we was
True.
shaking it, popping it, rolling it. Y'all know
Oh,
what we was going through.
hell. Oh, Seanitra, please. Last week at the show
Mm,
I was working at, let me find this thought outfit.
mm.
I done
Oh
found in my
Lord.
size a whole see-through jumpsuit, okay, from neck to feet is see-through zip-up jumpsuit, and I put a
Well,
little
come on out.
leotard on under it, and
Come
that
on
was it.
out.
There's
Come
nothing
on
wrong
out.
with.
Come
I
on
just
out.
think the difference. It's okay to, be aware of your sexuality and be sexy and all that, but when it's used to gain
Promote
wealth,
sex.
that's
Yeah.
the line. That's a fine line I'm talking about.
Well, that's
No,
Yeah,
autonomics.
definitely.
That's autonomics.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the
That's
part
what
I'm
Princess
talking
called
about,
it.
and that's the
Yeah, we don't want them to
autonomic.
do that. Yeah, we definitely
No,
don't
no,
want our
no.
girls to devalue themselves, but I also don't want to pressure them into not being young women because we know we were having fun. If people had seen me, they might have thought I was practicing thoughtnomics, and I wasn't looking for no man. I was just having fun, and it felt
Right.
good. You know, it feel good when you look good. Y'all remember, when everything used to sit
Yeah,
where it's
come
supposed to
on.
sit. In the breast, you didn't have to strap them up, put a rope
Right.
around them and pull them up, when you didn't have to put on 3 waist trainers to mash your belly flat, all those things. Y'all remember them days? So let these,
I'm getting back
I'm
to
working
them,
with some
honey.
more. Some more said it best way back on the Queens. I don't know whether it was the Queens of Comedy or one of her other stand
Yeah,
up. Leave them kids alone.
yeah,
Leave them
yeah.
kids alone.
Yeah, we shouldn't be so
Now if
hard on
if you
them. We have
yeah,
to remember. I
we can't be too
agree.
tough.
I just
Now if we
my
catch now if
passion
we
is
catch
just
them out there leaning through car windows, and collecting a couple of dollars, and when it's the toot toot and the beat beat, then then we gotta step in like, baby girl, are you all right? But other than that, there's no reason to go there.
I
There's
just
no
have the
reason
women
to go there.
that
Mm-hmm.
they're on jobs they hate. Yeah, it's just
I think
yeah,
people
that's
worry
my gift
about.
is teaching you how to get the bag.
I think people worry about
Absolutely.
the fine
Yes, ma'am.
line between dressing sexy, pursuing finances through your
Mhm.
sexuality, and just straight up
Yeah.
prostituting, and their self-worth.
Yeah.
When we were young, we dressed sexy because again, you felt good. Sometimes I dress sexy now because it makes me feel good,
Make you
or
feel
I put an
good.
extra switch in my walk. I'm going out or something like that. Versus when we don't raise our daughters up to have self-esteem and self-worth about themselves, and they go
Mm-hmm.
out looking for validation. You have to
Mm-hmm.
validate your
Yes,
daughter. You got to
That's
validate your
right.
daughters,
You better.
especially so when they going out there looking for the compliment that they already know, hey, baby, I'm fine, whether you compliment me or not. And
Or
because you
not.
compliment
yes.
me, don't mean I'm gonna compliment you in your bed tonight. And that's the difference.
Amen. That's right.
My daughter
That is
just came
definitely
in
the
here
truth.
right now. I'm hugging her. I got two daughters, and I tell you, what she's saying, Princess, is right on point. You know, young, beautiful, went to college. They got their degrees. They're working. I just, it just all starts at home. It starts with what you put in them because life is going to tear them up. But if you put that good foundation in them, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, Seanitra, I so connected with you. Our parents didn't always teach us the right thing. They only did what they knew,
Right.
what they saying, hold your lips
Absolutely.
in and all that. And I mean, we look at it, dang, but
They didn't
back then
know.
that's all they knew. They didn't know,
That's all they knew. Exactly.
it's true. We can't even
That's
fault them.
and honestly, that's why I always say they didn't mean any harm. They were doing the absolute best with what they had, with the knowledge they had in their skill set. And now we're in an era or a dispensation in our experience in this place where we have the luxury, because it's a luxury compared to our
Amen.
parents' lifestyles, where we can actually focus on mental health and
Yes,
emotional health. And a lot of times for our parents and our forebears, their focus was survival. So I don't
exactly.
blame them for anything that they felt the need to do to survive, and I don't blame them for teaching us certain things that they felt were imperative to our survival. They meant
Exactly.
well. That's why I always say our experience in this place has been very traumatic. So we're still rebounding from that, and we have to have patience and love for each other and understanding, because one thing about trauma, y'all, is everybody takes it to a different place. You can have two children in the same house, same mama, same daddy, and the trauma that happens there, each child is going to take it to
One
a
is
different
different.
place, and they're
Mm,
going to develop in a
amen.
different way as a result of the exact same trauma. So how much more so when we talk about a few million of us?
Mm,
But we got
mm.
to have understanding, because we did experience those traumas together as a
We
group and as
sure
a
have.
family.
All of us.
Oh, and
Yes.
let me just say this: anybody that's coming in the back, if I'm not already familiar with you, babe, I'm gonna need you to cam up so Auntie can see your face. Okay? As I
I know
can't
that's
bring you up
right.
if I don't recognize the name. Okay? So Stoner Gaming, I see you back there. I'll be happy to hear what you got to say. We'd love to talk to the family when you come in, but you're gonna need to cam up and wave at me and let me know it's you, okay? All right.
Just
Well, come on
let me
in.
lay eyes on you, okay?
Well, come on in. Tell us what you want to tell us, dear heart.
Well, I just want to say that I've been watching this whole fiasco, the other channel. It's crazy because like a lot of people say they couldn't find like Princess, and I've been a subscriber of Princess for a minute, and
Thank you.
I love the message. I love the positivity, the love, and everything like that. But there's a lot of mothers here, and I'm young. I'm 30. I'm 31.
Yeah.
there's a lot of mothers in here. I will say this to the mothers and the fathers. If they, there might be some fathers here. Therapy is okay. Acknowledging mental health in your children is okay. My mother is 54 years old. She's not my biological mother. My biological
Mm-hmm.
mother died when I was 15 years old from AIDS. Her partner didn't tell her, and he gave it to her. She passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Now, I could have been the type of person, my family, we're all in the streets. Me,
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten myself together. I went to jail one time, and that was enough to say, nah, this ain't for me.
This ain't for me.
This ain't for me. So
Okay.
we could have done some things to this man, but I sat back and I said, yo, the things that's going through his head is going to kill him faster than
Mm-hmm.
anything that we could do to him.
Mm-hmm.
But at that age, my mom put me in therapy. She put me with a psychiatrist. She put me in a school where there was not 30, 40, 50 children where I can get the attention that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to admit that your child is struggling. That's that's
Very
that's
true.
just my message. Like I still struggle to this day, but I take it one day at a time. I know
Amen.
my triggers, and I have a plan. But I
Mm-hmm.
learned all that through therapy and talking to my mother. Like, and this is another thing to us that are born after 85, 90s, the thousands. If you got a problem, go to your parent. I'm telling you from a personal
Ooh, that's
experience.
rich.
Yeah.
That's
Your
right.
parents can teach you how to get through something because 9 times out of 10 they've been through it before you. And
That's
even
true.
if they can't help you get through that certain situation because they didn't go through it, they can guide you a little bit better than you just making a rash decision and ruining your life forever.
That's so true. I just
Mhm.
love your energy.
Yeah.
Listen, Auntie want to reach through there and hug you and kiss all on you. I love you so much. And
No,
I
Miss
thank you for
Miss
coming and
Seanitra,
sharing that message because, listen, I wanted to give you all the room in the world to put that out because what you're feeling is so sincere, it's so authentic, it's so genuine. And I feel like somebody else may be going through exactly what you're talking about and they can benefit from your experience because I can hear it in your voice like you've experienced that and you've healed and it still evokes a large amount of emotion in you.
it
And I want to
does.
encourage you to stay on that path and continue to speak out and be a voice that encourages other people, who may be going through that they can get through it because you did. And that
It,
they
it,
will be able to get through it if they take the steps that you've taken and just keep being authentically you. I can't say it enough. I don't know you yet, but I love you. I hope you'll
we
subscribe and
I
keep
will I
coming
will
back.
keep calling. I'm already subscribed.
Okay.
You ain't got to worry about me subscribing. I already hit my likes. I've been
But you make sure you be in here and come holler at us now.
I'll be here. Let me just say this. I got three sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of us deal with mental issue problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the middle. I'm the middle. It's five of us all together, two older, two
Mm-hmm.
younger. I'm the middle one. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody says, you're the only one that's level headed and that came out with a sense of understanding that life is not always going to be what you want it to be. But if you take the
Mm-hmm.
steps, you can make it what you want it to be.
So
Mm.
true.
That's what my mom taught me. And
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of people get upset with me when they disrespect my mother. But there's one thing on this whole entire earth you will never do, and that's disrespect the woman that has taught me that violence is not the answer. Disrespect is not the answer. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Either you take it or you don't take it. But if I do
Right.
not talk to you anymore, that means that we don't have an understanding.
Right.
We have no understanding. Leave me be. It's all about how do I say it? Like recognizing your triggers.
Yep.
So if there's a person that you see and their energy is off, go the other way. Don't
Mm-hmm.
approach, don't go over, don't talk to them, don't try. Because at the end of the day, it's just gonna set you off. I work at Home Depot. I work overnight.
Mm-hmm.
I have insomnia, depression, PTSD, but I love the environment
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
because there's no customers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you got to first of all you got to be a little bit crazy to work overnight anyway, because you got to train your body to stay up
You
when
got
other
first of
people.
all, you gotta be a little bit crazy to work. Silver Diamond, baby, go
You
ahead
gotta.
and close your other screen if you have another tab open, okay? Silver Diamond,
But yeah,
Yeah.
I
come
just
back.
enjoyed it.
Listen, Silver Diamond, sis, if you dropped off, come back. Just cut off the other screen. Don't have it playing in the background because it's giving us a little echo. But please come back. We don't want you to go away. If you can get back in, come on back in, okay? All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
go
Come
ahead,
in. We
darling.
want to hear from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But my main message is, parents, it's okay to acknowledge that your child may need help, your child needs to talk. Just
Mm-hmm.
recognize when your child is not the same
Right.
and stop protecting these people in these families, in our families and your
Thank you.
families, that if your child say I don't want to go around that person and they're normally just happy around that person and one time they say to you, no, I don't want to go over there, pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
That means that person has done something
That
to
made
make
that
your
baby
child
uncomfortable.
feel uncomfortable to be
Mm-hmm.
around them. It doesn't have, and let me just say that. Let me just say this. It doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It doesn't
It could
have to
be
be.
anything.
It could be anything. They could have
I
said
might just
something
not like them.
exactly, but
Yeah, it might be. It could be
they could
absolutely
have said
anything.
something about you,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
your parenting skills, how you are, and what you've done in your past life. At the end of the day, if your child says something, if your child is just different around somebody that they normally love to death, please pick up
Mm-hmm.
on that sign. Because my mom picked up on that sign.
That's wonderful. And God bless
And,
mama. Because let me
oh,
tell you something. Mothers,
yes, ma'am.
mothers, it goes back to what I keep saying, ladies. We are the movement. We are the ones who are raising the children. It's us, it's on us
Amen.
most times to protect our babies, to teach them, to give them knowledge of self, to give them that idea of self-worth. Like I was talking with my one of my good friends. We've been friends for, oh my God, over 25 years at least. One of my oldest friends, and we were talking about, just the stuff that we have to do for our children. And Princess, I even think I was talking to you about that. Like with my oldest baby, I did whatever I needed to do. As mothers, we have to wear a whole lot of hats. Okay. I had to be the counselor. I had to be the taxi driver. I was
Uh-huh.
the hairdresser. I made her dresses. I made her jewelry. I made her shoes. When she went through her body image issues, I was at the gym with her Monday through Friday. And
The
y'all know my
cafeteria.
big behind ain't want to be at no goddamn gym. But I was up in there Monday through Friday. We went straight to the cardio room and then I took her to the weight room and I trained with my baby until she felt comfortable with her body. And they, kind of teaching her that while there may be nothing wrong with you, if you don't like something, you have the power to change it. And mama gonna get in here and sweat with you and look real ugly and help you know how to change it if you don't like what you seeing. So as mothers, we have a lot of power in these children's lives. We have to show them what it means to reshape your environment. We have the power to change things. We have the power to reclaim our time, to reclaim our space, our identities. And we have the power to teach that ability and to teach that manifestation to our children. We have to teach that to them because once our babies learn from the mother, the original mothers, once they learn from us that they have the power to reshape and control their reality and environment, they won't feel like victims. And we can cut down on hearing about these babies harming themselves and taking themselves out of here. we have to teach them that they too are powerful because they come from us. And I ain't gonna get too deep into that, but you just touched my heart with that, and I love you. Real quick, you know what, y'all? I want to do the same thing I did last night. I want y'all to throw them cash apps, your cash app tags in the chat. I ain't even gonna tell you which person I'm gonna grab this time. You know, you don't know if I'm gonna grab number one or number
Or number
7.
31.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a number in the chat. Princess, you catch the number for me, okay? That way you know what number I'm gonna grab.
Miss
uh,
City, tell you something.
Oh, hold on, baby. Princess, you see the number?
mm-hmm.
Okay. Now when I see that number come up, that number cash tag, y'all better be dropping these cash apps in here. I'm trying to pay for somebody lunch. I'm trying to buy you something to eat.
I wanted to go comment back to what
Shady
Shade
Mercury.
Mercury, and a
Mm-hmm.
couple of people responded about parents. Like he said, address your parents. I am a person that has a problem with my parents. Um, I was able to address my parent on some levels. I do not speak to my parent. People ask, how she doing? I say, I know she's still alive. She's still raising hell. So I know she's all right. But the thing was, I addressed some of the issues that I had, and they fell on deaf ears.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I'm your mama, so that gives me excuse to have bad behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Or my mama and daddy did that to me, so I did it to you. So it is what it is. And it's not okay.
Nope.
And I said what I said, it's not okay. But then I had to come to the fruition, like, okay, you put it out there and there's no closure. It'll be okay. And if you can't address it and get closure, write it down.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I will continually say, that is a stress reliever. That's something to
Mm-hmm.
get things off your chest. Write it down and say so. Like, this is what I feel about you. Read it back to yourself and burn it.
That's right.
Burn
Yes.
it
That's
up.
true.
Wow. That's a word, Miss Princess. I had oof, y'all gonna make Princess, almost made me cry because I lost my mom in 2011 and I didn't have a good relationship with her, and I just kept her at a distance because I don't care who it is. If you treat me bad, I got to stay away from you. And I did, just try to deal with her because just I knew she treated me that way based on what she knew. But at the same time, it still hurts. And I don't want anybody to keep hurting me. So I kept my distance. And my younger sister was closer to her. And she let me know. She said, Mom she got diagnosed with cancer. So I knew, I had to come back around because I'm a child of God. So, you got to do that, So I came around her, Miss Princess. I didn't have no relationship with her. I kept my distance. But when I found out she was sick, I flew to the East Coast to come see her. And I was looking for that closure, I was looking for her to say some things, and it was like she was trying to, but she didn't. And I just took it as that. But I just felt like, you know what? I did the right thing. I came around her because I would have felt terrible if I would have lost my mom and didn't get a chance to at least, be around her that last time. So when you said write it down, whew, that I that was my closure. Sometimes we don't have the best parents, and like this young man is saying, he obviously adores his mom, and that's good. But some of us don't always have, the best parents. But we should definitely try while they still here. Just try to understand them, and if they're hurting you, this is my opinion. I keep my distance from anybody that constantly hurts me. And but that closure is very important because you're just not right when you're not right with your parents. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you get. You gotta, it's something gotta happen there. So that kind of was my closure, you guys. Just
Exactly.
I just think closure is really important. You may not always know why they did what they did to you, like you were saying, Seanitra. A lot of times they just do what was done to them,
What they know to do.
and that's it. And that could give you closure too.
Yeah,
Don't take it personal. They just did what they knew. So, not saying it don't hurt because it still hurts, but that's a lot of
Now
time.
you have some clarity.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of understand why, but we can get through all things. I truly, I have therapy is important wherever you get it. You get it from, if you get it from the church, you get it from people you love, anywhere. Just get some therapy because it is truly important to have that because you can't move forward when your mind's not right. So I just thank God. God just told me who I was. I believed him. He started blessing me all over the place. I was like, okay, I'm worthy. And that's when I'm like you, Seanitra and Princess, just give it back. That's just the
that's
best.
right.
Right? So I just love pouring
Exactly.
into my sisters. I really, truly do. It's from my heart. It's not fake. It's not phony. And I know what it's like to be a single mom raising your kids, trying to make it do what it do. And God just blessed me. I was always, messing around with things, and He gave me an invention. I mean,
That's right.
God will give you witty inventions if you ask. I didn't even ask. I was just,
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I just need to,
Okay.
I need some more money. I got to take care of these kids. And He just gave that to me, you
Okay.
guys. And it blessed me and led to
Mm-hmm.
so many other wonderful things. I just like to
Yes.
give back, Miss Anitra. I'm like, get ready to
I
sign off because I got to go work with some of my
okay.
clients. But anytime you have, and I'm going to sign up with you. I just love you. I like what you're doing, sister, with your channel. Let
Thank
me just say that.
you.
I love what you're doing. It's so
I
natural to you.
appreciate
This
it.
is what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, I thank you.
But
Please continue to come back. I always
I
enjoy reading your
will.
comments in the chat. You always give us some good insight. I also wanted to
Oh,
thank Miss Tracy Quartermain for her $20 super chat. Girl, I'm
thank
sorry.
you.
Next time. And listen, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Just whenever it hits me and I want to start blessing folks, I'm just do a little something, from the way I can,
Well,
whatever way
I'm
I
not
can.
I'm not selling anything. I don't need anything. I just, anybody that's interested in wanting to understand how to start a business or
Hmm.
anything like that, I can definitely be of help. I'm not charging
Absolutely.
anybody anything. I'm not on here to get anything. I'm
Yeah.
just here to give out. Okay. So God
Miss
bless you.
Vanessa, did you sign up for membership?
I'm gonna do that today, Miss
Please
Seanitra.
please do, because
Okay.
we're going to have Black Business Spotlight once a month. So,
Okay.
and as far as that, all the business owners, there may be people who need you. So please
Yes.
take advantage of membership so that we, when we do
Okay.
plan our family meetings, you can
Yes.
be there to give us your input at that time. So
Yes.
that way we can address, the several needs of folks. Because I'm sure it may be more than a few people that need your help. They may
Yes.
not be the best at technology like myself. So at least
Right.
that way, if we do it, orderly like that, then folks will have access to you and you can share your contact information with whom you want to have it. But I
Okay.
absolutely enjoy you. I thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Y'all, just in case you weren't watching the chat, Chats with C won the lunch money. Chats with C, give me a comment or something. Let me know you got it. I'm gonna rotate you out, Miss Vanessa, and bring Wani in. Wani, thank
Thank
you
you,
so
my
much for
love.
coming. Miss Vanessa, thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit, okay?
No problem. God bless you, Miss Princess. I'm gonna go get my
And
lip
you
gloss,
too.
baby.
That's right, y'all. Remember, the link is in the description below. Oh, Katie Jones, I see your comment, my love. If you want to sign up for membership, the membership link is in the description box below. If you click it, it'll take you
Yes, it
straight to
is.
membership, and it's worthwhile so we can start having our family meetings and planning how we can make our communities better, okay?
Yes.
So we'll see you in a little bit, Miss Vanessa. I thank you again, okay?
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you,
Bye
guys.
bye now. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Wani. Wani. Hello.
How you
Are
can you
you
hear
on
me?
mute? I can hear you
Can
now.
you
How
hear
you
me?
doing, sister? Yes. How you doing?
Your
Can
phone
you hear me?
connection kind of messed up. Yes.
Her connection's a little bad. Hey, Auntie Eva. How you
Hi,
doing?
Sinitra.
You one of my
I'm
favorite family members. How you been?
I've been good. Well, it's been kind of a rough couple of days. If you can see my background, I'm in a hospital room
Oh no.
with my mom who fell yesterday and broke her leg.
Oh no.
93 years old. But she's not been in a lot of pain and uh
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you
Can you
now.
hear
Can
me?
you hear us?
well, okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine, Miss Eva. We hear you.
Okay.
Did you guys?
So anyway, she's doing pretty good today, despite having a broken leg. But I wanted to call in or to come in on this conversation because my mother experienced something very similar to the previous caller, and I want to encourage people. It's never really too late to try and.
Oh Lord.
Um, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, Auntie
Okay,
Eva.
it's never too late to try and get your point across to
I
whomever
want to talk and it won't let me.
parent may not have treated you well. My mother did that. Probably she was in her late 40s, maybe her 50s, with her mom. Because back when my mom was young and her mom was young, what they did was when they had children, they would leave the children with the grandparents,
Yep.
and the grandparents would raise them, and they would go off and work because they had
Mm-hmm.
to.
Right.
And so my mom suffered with abandonment issues. And, she always felt like she had never been wanted, while her sister got to stay with her mom. So um, she was able to tell her, how that made her feel. And she got it off her chest. And, they had a relationship, and I had a relationship with my grandmother. So it's never too late. And whether or not you hear those words of "I'm sorry," or I wish I hadn't done that, or whatever it is you think you want to hear, you may
Mm-hmm.
not hear it. But if you have at least expressed how it made you feel, you've
Right.
gotten that off of yourself, and you're
Mm-hmm.
not carrying that weight anymore.
That's
And
true.
it's now in that other person's court, to do with it what they will, and allow God to let that marinate, in their spirit. They may never say the words you want to hear, but they may in their actions show you how they feel, or that they're sorry for what they may have done. I remember one time, one Christmas, my grandmother, I got my grandmother a bread warmer because she always baked bread, and gave it to her for Christmas. I think I was 7 years old. And she opened it up. She said, "Oh, a bread warmer. Ugh, I needed this like I needed a hole in the head." And I was crushed, because I picked it out. I thought it was pretty, and I was like, "Ooh." So we came home from and we called her Nana. Came home from Nana's house, and I was really sad. My mother got on that phone. My mother got on that phone, and she called her and went up one side and down the other. "Don't you ever say to my daughter, whatever, if she picks you out a gift, don't you ever tell her something like that." She went and picked that up, and that just made me feel good because she was defending me, for something that really had hurt my feelings. So, hence we all ended up having a really good relationship up until my grandmother's passing. So it's never too late, is what I want to
Never too
say.
late. That's true.
As long as there's life, it's never too late. And I want
I
to say I
agree.
love your show, Seanitra. You used to really have me cracking up. I tell you, one time you had me laughing so hard, my stomach was hurting. And when I saw that you had your channel, I quickly started watching, and I subscribed, and now I have a little crown, although I'm not wearing it today.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. I'm just so glad you're here. And don't, miss out on anything. I love when you're in the comments because you always give us some gems. And y'all know I still cut up from time to time. I may still clown and cut the
You
food.
do.
You know, last night we clowned real good up in here.
Oh
So
my gosh, I didn't have the energy to jump in and make. I don't think I made a comment. I watched and dozed and watched and dozed because I was here in the hospital with my mom. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this your program.
I
So
thank
just that's all I wanted to say. And Princess, be encouraged, okay, honey? Be encouraged.
Thank you, love.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
You're welcome. Oh, this Wi-Fi keeps chiming out on me. So let me jump off before it goes out again.
okay.
All right. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Auntie Eva. Come talk to us again now.
I will.
And listen, Lego My Ego is sending well wishes to Mama. It was a lot of people
Oh,
sending
thank
love to
you.
Mama. You know, we all praying for Mama. So
Thank
y'all make
you.
sure that you keep her in your prayers, okay?
Thank you. Her
You're
name's
welcome,
Marion.
Miss
Yeah.
Marion.
Thank.
So those of
Yep.
you, and this is serious, those of you who do believe in prayer, if you prayer warriors, please add um please add Miss Marion to your prayer list. Take your time and add her to your prayer list and pray for her and call her by name, okay? All right.
Amen.
Thank you so
Amen.
much,
Thanks.
Auntie Eva. We love you over here in the royal family, okay?
Love you too.
All right.
All righty. Bye bye.
That is wonderful. Listen, thank you so much, you guys. We done hung out for a hot 2 hours. Man, look, we can't have another 5 hour run like we had last night, man. I don't know how we survived. None of that. I'm for
That's
real.
because we was kick in. But I mean, those are
Yes.
good messages. And when it comes to parents, that's a real whole nother conversation, a whole nother live.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with parental pain and moving on. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person now, my older, I don't care who you are. If you're hurt, causing me pain and hurting me on my life or my children, I got to let you go and let you be and be at
Mm-hmm.
peace because I'm not going to sacrifice my peace for
Right.
nobody because you're going to
That's
take
true.
years off of my life while you over here raising hell and having fun. You just got to make a choice and you feel bad about it. You go through survivor's guilt and different things like that, but just know if you're doing the right thing, it's all right, and
That's
God gonna
right.
give you peace.
That's right. Well, listen, man, Princess, this is your first time hanging out on Crown Therapy. You hung out with us last night on the porch, man. Look, anytime I'm having Crown Therapy, Crown Chat, or if I'm drinking Crown, come holler at us, man. Like, for
Thank
real,
you
I love
so
your
much for
energy.
inviting me, but I'm gonna say one more thing for you close.
Okay.
I've been sitting here thinking and listening. Y'all think I'm looking down. I'm doing other things, getting ready for Seanitra know what I'm getting ready for. But
Mm-hmm.
that and I'm listening. And I would say it would be the thought that they didn't want to see us cohabitate together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Nobody want to see me come over your house or you see you come visit me over at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you started the program off, we are a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't never have no problems with my sisters until my sisters make a problem
I know
with
that's
me.
right.
You know?
I know that's right.
We're all here that we can help each other. We can all prosper together or prosper. Like I said, we might not have the same alignment, but we could all go parallel to one another.
That's right.
Excuse me. But we can all get what we need to get out of life, whether it be financially, emotionally, spiritually, or physically
Mm-hmm.
with one another. It doesn't take from one or the other. So I do appreciate you. I thank you for having me. I thank you for it was instantaneous. She didn't when everything went down, she didn't blink. She said, "Here go my email, my number, and all of that." And I appreciate that.
Every time, anytime. I wanna continue to be that sister until they close the box on me, until they shut the lid. And I'm gonna try to be that for every one of my sisters with my whole heart. And to be honest with you, what you just said, they're like that touched me. That touched me. Because in reality, it takes all kinds. Your sister may not run exactly parallel. She might be diagonal, and maybe the way she run might confuse you because you don't understand her own particular pattern. But it takes all kinds, y'all. And we can't close out any of our sisters because they move different. Her little funny movement, it may look funny to you, but there may come a time where you might actually need that little funny
You need that
movement,
funny
that things that
movement.
she do, her fancy footwork. So let's not count anybody out. Let's not separate ourselves from my sisters and by saying, that you may think that their lifestyle or how they move or how they speak and their current vibrations, you may not agree with it, but try your best, if at all possible, to be patient, to be loving, and to be there for each other. As always, y'all know that's my vibe when we having our crown chats and our crown therapy. I want to thank every one of you. I want to remind you again, if y'all ain't hit that like button, hurry up and hit that like button for me. Help your sister out. Now y'all know I'm begging for likes. I'm begging for subscribers. Y'all have my back. Get y'all tails over there to Princess AV's page. It's House of the Princess. Get over there and subscribe to her page. If you ain't subscribed already, get it done. If y'all don't have it done by the time you come back, I'm gonna talk about you. But I'm gonna talk about you in front of you because it ain't right. And listen, that Yum Bella lip gloss, the link is in the description for this video. Y'all show up for your sister and show out. Show up and show out. Let her feel the love. Y'all support her. And then when you come up with something, we're going to support you and we're going to put the full force of our sisterhood and our womanhood behind everything that we're doing. We're going to back each other. We're going to support each other. We're going to encourage each other. We're going to
Yeah.
uplift each other. And ain't not, no man, no clear people, ain't nobody going to stop it. This is what we're going to do. I believe in y'all. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed. And we'll talk again next time. Y'all know we got front porch gossip again tomorrow night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. We'll be on the porch, and that's where we can do all the clowning and all the god doggone dragging. So y'all be there, and we're gonna try not to hang all night. But if we get real good, I can't promise you nothing. And Princess,
Better
before we
go
go,
get
Miss
you a
Vanessa
cool
say she done
beverage.
ordered her lip gloss.
I say just bring your cool beverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get your cool
And your
beverage.
snack and your snack.
That's right. That's right. Govern yourselves accordingly. Chicken wings are welcome. Okay. Well, yeah, and who Angel One put Princess's channel up there. Thank you, baby, for looking out for me. House of the Princess. Y'all get over there. Get over there. Get over there. Let's support our sister. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Y'all been everything. And Big Sis is tired. And I'm finna go grab me something to eat right now. We're gonna talk to you later. We'll see y'all tomorrow on the porch, okay? All
All right.
righty. Bye, y'all.